But
Cool.
awesome. So what's up, everybody? We're back here with another sports rant here with Daniel again. Um, what a performance by the UNM Lobos today. 33-14 over Bronco Mendenhall and the Utah State Aggies, the second worst Aggies. Um, and wow, I was blown away when I just like watch it. I wasn't able to attend the game, but watching the highlights, looking at the box score. What did
Yeah.
you see, Daniel? Like, because this is just like this just looks like a beatdown to me, honestly.
Yeah, well, I've been here all day. I'm currently still at the stadium, just
Grinding,
still
absolute.
finishing a little bit, but this is this podcast and I have to upload a post-game interview afterwards. So, I've been here the whole day. Yeah, this was the most complete win that the Lobos have had so far. I mean, Coach Eck was joking around about it last week that the turnover margin. So let's get something straight like quickly. It's a couple games into the Eck era, it was pretty apparent his defense is just so much better than the one last year, and I was there. I'm a UNM alumni, and of course it was sad when I was more just like sad that Bronco Mendenhall left, and I wasn't as hurt as other people are, but I get it.
I get
um,
it too, yeah.
but that defense the entire year, like ton of points. I mean, I don't even remember the box score for last year's game against Utah State, but the defense it didn't click, it didn't work. The defense this year, the issue with the defense has been not about can we stop people. UNM hasn't one of the better defenses in the Mountain West. They have a great defense. The issue has been creating turnovers, and then on the other side of the on the offense, it's been some like the last couple of games too. It's like turning the ball over, special teams like a muff punt every here and there. Today was the best day that UNM has had
It
in
looked
the
so good.
turnover margin. Yeah, no mistakes, no turnovers. The defense was creating turnovers,
I
and yeah, so McBean gets an interception. Not only that, Jackson Eck gets a
I
safety.
love a safety,
And
dude.
so that's they won the turnover margin for the first time all season. And let me retract on that. I put too much on the defense. I think as a whole, offense, special teams, defense, offense, giving away the ball, special teams having a little mistake every here and there, and then the defense not being able to kind of like create those big plays, even though they've been phenomenal this whole year. But this year, everything clicks where you got a touchdown on special teams, no turnovers from offense, and then a turnover created by the defense, and then like the safety, like we mentioned.
Yeah, 407 yards of total offense. They were running the like Scott DJ shout out
McKinney,
DJ McKinney. He punt return touchdown. Get like
yeah,
that's his second one of the year. He's got four touchdowns in the last two games. I'm like this is like looking like a serious threat. I'm kind of blown away. Like
yeah,
because Jackson Eck leads the team in tackles.
yeah,
Like because you see that a lot. Like the Clemson's coach has his son on the roster, and it's like yeah, his son gets a scholarship because his dad's the coach. No, Jackson Eck really earned this. Like it's genuine. He's leading the team in tackles. He tied for two TFLs today. Like gets the safety, which I think safety should count more than 2 points because they're just like it's just such a like a power move. And also, you know what? Shout out to our punter, our great TikToker Daniel Hughes.
yeah,
Uh, pinned him back. I think a couple of times.
yeah,
Got
3 times. Yeah,
ter-
that's funny.
put Utah State in terrible field position so that we could just pin our ears back, go after the quarterback.
Yeah,
Like you said, it was like a complete. It looks like what I've seen. It looks complete. No turnovers. Just like really clean football. Like ready. Like and one went away from bowl eligibility. Man, like this is
yeah, no, and for sure. I mean, no, casual fans out there, of course, would say that, oh, I heard a little bit of it when Jackson was transferring over. Jackson very much had plenty of offers to go play elsewhere. It was the vision of the team that really sold him, and he was an FCS all American player last year, and he has been everything that he's been built for. And a student of the game on that safety. He was talking about it in the post game how he saw that because they were pinned at the one that he thought that they were going to do a quarterback sneak, but because of the formation that they were showing, where he said they had two wingers as opposed to having guys like kind of lined up a little bit behind the quarterback to kind of like tush push him. That with that, he trusts his instincts that he's like, they might be doing a sweep left because when they do that, they do the sweep. And they did do the sweep off the edge, and that's where Jackson Eck was able to capitalize on it. And he's been an all-conference player, man. There's a reason why he's the captain. There's a reason why he's top 10 in the country for total tackles, and he's a phenomenal player. I mean, I'm usually down on the field like taking pictures, but today I had a photographer, and I really got to see how he is pre-snap. And yeah, he's one of the best players. And
Stud, dude.
dare I say, I think one day he'll probably be in the NFL.
I think so too. He like that you can make money getting like what I always say is like I always look at TFLs when I look at like defensive players because getting a TFL, yeah, sure, like getting sacks is great, but tackling the running backs, the wide receivers in the backfield is way harder than tackling some immobile quarterback. Because like, yeah, sure. So like that's why I love Max Crosby, is because like that specifically is like he always leads like the league. Like last year he led the league in like TFLs or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
He's always getting tackles in the backfield. It's like, yeah, you got to tackle Derrick Henry in the backfield. It's a lot easier to tackle Joe Flacco, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
but that's my own little tangent. But what like I'm so the turquoise jerseys were 4-0 at home.
Yeah.
Am I delusional? Are we like poised to like make a push in the Mountain West, like maybe to the conference championship game, or is that there's no?
They're currently sitting at 2-2, and Boise State has not. Well, in Mountain West play, they're sitting at 2-2, and Boise State has not lost a conference game yet. Let me double check just to make sure. Yeah, yeah, Boise State has not lost. So, I mean, there is a path for them to win. So Boise State has four more games. They're going to be playing Fresno State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Utah State. If they lose three of those games, I think UNM can do it. I think even if they lose two games, they would still get the tiebreaker over UNM because they beat UNM.
Right.
There's still a chance, but they need a lot of miracles to happen. I think right now the goal for UNM is just to get bowl eligibility, which can be done with one more win here.
Yeah.
And I do apologize. I am posting the post game interview, so I'm still paying attention. I'm just trying to get this so it can download while we're in time, but I'm still paying attention.
Yeah,
But
and the,
yeah, what were you saying?
and this next matchup is probably going to be one of our like our toughest test left. UNLV, formerly ranked, very very good program there. I whew, and like there's just I've just never felt like this year. Last year I was like, oh, we beat a ranked team in Washington State, and
Yeah,
I was flabbergasted. And then this season, I'm like, oh, we're actually a good football team. And
yeah,
like there's been like there's been notoriety, there's been completeness. I went to the game against Nevada. Yeah, there was some ugliness, but it was like, yeah, they were able to overcome that adversity. I don't know if you saw me. I had my shirt off and I was screaming my head off, trying to get the crowd involved. I was trying to keep it down, but I was sitting there back there behind the Nevada bench.
Oh no, sorry. I did not. But sorry. A lot of people are yelling at me all the time.
He's yelling.
With kindness though, not like yelling at me like that.
Yeah, no, it's always love and support for the UNM fans.
Yeah, yeah. No, but yeah, I resonate with that as well, where that's why very quickly in the season, it was very easy to tell that this is just a better all-around team, very balanced, very another thing Coach Eck was saying too is that it was a gutsy fourth down call during the fourth quarter where Nevada had just scored a touchdown. It was 26-14. And on their own side of the field, it was 4th and 1. And they decided to call that fake punt that went to Buchanan, and Buchanan took it for 14 yards. And in that play, it looked like the Utah State guy was going to get him behind the line, but he cuts inside and and goes for it, and that's a gutsy call. And Coach Eck in the post-game press conference mentioned that I'm not gonna be afraid to make mistakes. Like we're gonna do our thing and do it. And it's funny because weeks ago when Jack Lane was on the podium, um, Jack Lane resonated that one thing that him and Coach Eck are like. I mean, they're on sync about a lot of things, but one thing that you can very much tell that I was like, I can start to see the parallels of like the mantra of the team is Jack Lane was saying that is like, because there was a question about a 4th and 1 call back and against NMSU. And Jack Lane basically said, like, if there's ever a day, he's like, I want to be a coach someday. And one thing that Coach Eck and I are always 1,000% like, on the same page about is that in college football, we need to get a yard. Like if we can't get a yard, we probably shouldn't be playing or something like that. So
Yeah,
I will always be aggressive, and I'm glad that Coach Eck thinks the same way. Fast forward to now on the own side of his field, as as Utah State was gaining momentum, he decides to make that call, makes the call. Buchanan comes through. He's one of the guys in the running back room that if he did get his opportunities, like kind of as that kind of gets a lion's share, like maybe one of the three-headed monster people have to sit out. Like I think he would step in and be an absolute boss. He got his number called today. He really showed out. And then a few plays later, Bankston took it to the house and broke some tackles, which was just video game like from that guy. So and that was the curtain call. That was the dagger. So you got to love the gutsy call of Eck, and that everybody in the program has really bought into um what he has been preaching the whole offseason, why a lot of them transferred over because of him. You got guys like Kate Keith, the tight end, who transferred from TCU, and today he was the leading receiver, 7 catches, more
great.
than 100 yards, a touchdown, and it was very simple. Coach Eck, again, they were talking about in the post game conference, um, that they felt like 12 personnel was something that Utah State wasn't so successful in defending. So that's what they went to. 12 personnel calls for Kate Keith and Dorian Thomas to be on the field at the same time. And, people will look at the stats and say, oh, Dorian Thomas had a very uneventful day. And it's like, you look back at the tape on that big long touchdown catch from Kate Keith that went 40 plus yards. One of the main blockers was Dorian Thomas.
Right.
And Cade Keith was getting a lot of good looks because Dorian Thomas was getting attention. So everybody's doing their part, and it's nice to see that it's so cohesive. And it's a good day to be a Lobo.
It is a great, and like Coach X said, Albuquerque ain't for everybody. Like
Yeah.
that, I think that resonates. I'm like, and I just
Yeah.
like it gets. I think who he reminds me of the most is Dan Campbell. Like and maybe it's the grit, maybe it's the toughness that they put on the back of the helmet, but I think it's just like this kind of the what he inspires into his players, this belief, this toughness. Like we're gonna go into like what he did at Idaho when he went into Eugene and against the number what was the number they were ranked number, if I'm not mistaken, Oregon didn't lose a game until the playoff. So
Yeah, they were number one most of the season. Yes.
season and actually put the fear of God into Dylan Gabriel and that Oregon team. Like it was like, oh wait, hold on, let's like lean, like let's lock in against Idaho, and then going into the big house at the beginning of the season. This season, I'm watching. I remember watching. I was at can't remember where I was. Dave and Buster's
Yeah.
sitting there watching. I'm like we actually are like playing tough. Like this is I'm watching Michigan, which is like college football royalty. It's like
Yeah.
little New Mexico is keeping up with them, and
Yeah.
it's it really that is who he reminds me of. Um, and it's just this and the way he is just like being like we're going to embrace the community's identity has it's like wow. I'm I'm enthralled with him. I think this is just an absolute like gold star hire, like 5 stars, 10 out of 10. I can't give enough praise to Jason Eck. If I can get him on the podcast, that would be absolutely awesome. Because dude, I love the man.
Yeah, no, well, he has great offensive and defensive philosophies, just ways about going about the business. I mean, that's the thing too, is like he always, like for example, today he was saying that in the first half or up until the third quarter, there was a point where UNM only had 100 rushing yards, and that he was like, when you get a lead in football, it's like the point is to kind of like when you get a lead is to pound them. That's when you use the ground game. That's when you have to be most effective. Yeah, at that point they had about 100 yards and they finished with 224 yards. So that extra 124 in that quarter is enough to pound it and to end the game, and they had a good defensive plan there for Bryson Barnes, who's a phenomenal quarterback, a guy who doesn't turn the ball over a lot. What the hickaboo was with Barnes was that he was the last or this in preparation to this game, he was the fourth most sacked quarterback in the nation. So UNM got home 3 times. I have a stat sheet right here, and then the tackles for loss because yeah, again for the casual fans up there, you got to keep track of the tackles for loss, the quarterback hits, the pressures, all that stuff. You can find most of that on PFF, but hopefully they can start putting TFLs on most statistical websites. But yeah, they also had 7 TFLs today, 7 tackles for losses, and the game plan with keeping with Barnes was keeping him in the pocket, and he
Yeah.
obviously was uncomfortable. He only threw 168 yards, and this team that is averaging 34 points, that was averaging 34 points a game, and UNM held them to 14. So things are looking bright, and they got UNLV on the road, and it'll be a little bit different because this defense, Jackson also mentioned it too, was like where you kind of the defense kind of feeds off that energy. It's like you make a big play, you make a tackle for a loss, you make a sack. I mean, you feed off that energy, so it'll be a big test here to face, you know, a blue chip team in the Mountain West, but this time on the road. This time in you got to travel, you got to do all that stuff. And UNLV is a great team. I mean, what Dan Mullen has done over there is phenomenal. And Jake Pope. Do you know Jake Pope?
No, I'm not familiar.
So last year, Jake Pope went viral because he was on Georgia at the time,
Yeah.
and he was the player that was getting yelled at, or he got called a dumbass.
Oh yeah, he was the
Talking
one who
about?
he was the one who was like he was like standing out on the like and
Well,
like
he shook the hand after the game after they lost. He shook the hand of a player on the other team. I believe it was Alabama. I'm not sure who, but they lost the game. The game was over, and he was caught on camera wearing a Georgia jersey and like jumping up and down, celebrating with a player on the other team. And then Kirby Smart didn't know about that, and then the reporter asked him about the video, and he had a full quote to it, but he called him like an idiot. Yeah, he called him an idiot, I think. He called him something.
that's something.
Um, but the context of the story was that, obviously Jake Pope was upset about the loss. But that he saw his friend that, he played high school football with, who was on the opposing team, and came over to shake his hand. He's like, "Hey, we won." And he's like, "Ah," and they jumped super quick and shook hands like, "I'll see you later." And very quick, and it went viral. But Jake Pope has been an important piece of that defense, transferred over to UNLV, and he looks good. The former four-star prospect, and he's doing a lot of great things over there in UNLV, even with the community as well. So it's nice to see players like that really, start to turn the table there and start to come into their own. So UNLV is going to be a tough matchup, not even to mention their quarterback, who is one of the best guys in the Mountain West.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a test. Um,
Yeah.
I gotta do a little more research. That's on me. I've been watching a lot of NFL as of recently, so we'll see that for sure. But that, I'm just so happy. Like it feel like even just to like I'm like this is kind of coming from a New Mexico football fan. It's like wow, like we're competitive.
Yeah.
We've never like we've always kind of felt competitive in basketball because like there is like we have like some like history, right? And in football, it always kind of feels like like anytime anytime I would mention the UNM football as a kid, it was like they suck, blah blah blah. Like the Lobos suck at football. They're good at basketball. They always suck at football. Blah blah blah. It's like why do we waste money on this football program? And now that it's actually like we're competitive. Like maybe not even like not like Alabama, but like we can be competitive now.
Yeah,
And
no, it
it's just I'm just like so happy about it, man. It's got me like grinning, like I'm like sitting there in my bed. I'm like, damn, we're good. We're good.
yeah, yeah, no, it should be. I mean, that NMSU game here when it was packed, the noise was felt on the field. Like it affected the game, it affected NMSU, And Kojak talked about it again. I mean, we talked like the hardest games on UNM's schedule this year is like you put Michigan up there, Boise State, UNLV, UCLA at the time. But it's like the most important games to win, the games that you put on top of that. It's Man, it's NMSU and it's Bronco Mendenhall return. And UNM has won both of those games. So there's no excuse for anybody not to be over here and to be part of the culture, the wonderful culture that Coach
It's
X is
awesome.
building over here and that the players have bought into. I mean, they all stay after the games and interact with fans and yeah, it's a really good vibes and good environment here. And so hopefully more people will come out because today's turnout was around 20,000. And, if we want to be to a point where we're like, Bronco Mendenhall was already a little like he already said it. He was fearing a little bit, either way you wanted to take that of like returning to New Mexico. Can you
Yeah.
imagine if you returning to Mexico with the sold out crowd?
That
Like that would have been something.
I don't know
And
if
the
they
crowd that was here made a ton of noise. They did. Like I'll give them that. But if it was a packed out thing, it,
yeah.
it could it could be a weapon. It could be a weapon.
we
12th man factor.
we are I think that is I think you hit the nail right on the head there. Uh it literally like we can as New Mexicans, as just our personality as a culture, we can be like great sports fans. The pit is notorious. People don't schedule games. They say it's the altitude, it's the fans.
Yeah.
It's like we have the impact on that game. We can make an impact like so as we were kind of wrap this up. That really is kind of like the message of today. Go out and support. Go out, go watch this foot. You want the football team to be good? Go out and watch them. Go
Yeah.
go to the games. They're fun. I had tons of fun at the Nevada game. So I think that's really the message of today is like what a win though, man. Like
Yeah, well, I mean, before we leave, yeah, other players that highlight it, like Mercury Swaim is having another great game, got a sack, I believe had and a tackle for a loss. And then Darren Nagu, one of the edge rushers from UNM, had some visa problems to begin the season, but he had a sack and then he had two TFLs. It's like this line is really like if you look back at the tape, it's like this they were winning in the trenches. They were winning in the trenches, all game, and that really made a difference. And this is like this is entertainment, right? It's like you go back to the Coliseum, it's like a stadium filled with people watching an event. It's
right,
like this is a stadium and they're watching an event. The product that they're putting out here is amazing. And I just I just urge fans not to look past this year and start going, oh, what is pessimistic, whatever you want to call it. Like in this team that they've assembled now and this thing for this year, it's something special to watch. And being a UNM person and all of us in New Mexico, we know that those come around often for football. It's every week. The wonderful guy over here, Frank UNM, runs the whole press box and runs a lot of the communication stuff. Every week it just seems like he has a new first time since 1960, first time since 1970, first time since this, first time since that. It's like every week with Coach Eck, it's just like something is broken that hasn't happened in a while. Geez, we talk about the sack total. Look at how many sacks UNM had last year. They have already surpassed the number. They smashed it with NMSU, or they were one shy of NMSU. And NMSU they got 9 sacks, and their total I think they have 10 last year. They've smashed that number, and so they're doing a phenomenal job here. So they're going to be playing next Saturday, 1 p.m. at Allegiant Stadium, UNLV. I will be there, and yeah, try to watch it. I don't know where they're going to be airing it yet, but when some of the games they do air, like today's game, is on the Mountain West
Network.
Mountain West app, and it's for free, and you can watch it for free. Other times, the past couple of weeks, it's been on FS1. I'm not sure where this game will air, but it's an important game. You talk about Mountain West, stuff. UNLV is right there in it, where they could catch up to Boise. They could end up winning the Mountain West crown. UNM could spoil their chances here with a win.
Yeah, just
Um,
coming off the momentum, man.
it's a 5-3 team versus a 6-1 team. It's going to be a very good game. It's two great head coaches, two great rosters going at it. So we'll see. Yeah, and then a lot of great people over here wrote stories. I mean, Sean Ryder from the Journal, the Scott Hood was here, guys from the Pit Press, just to name a few. So go check out those stories. I wrote a story too for the league winners as well. That's why I'm barely holding my eyes together. Got one more thing after this, then I'm gonna go home finally.
Whew. I will leave you with one last thing. And people like these tickets are like it's like I said, it's not like looking at tickets here is like as low as $30 to go to Allegiant, catch a flight to Vegas, go do a little gambling, and then can go catch the Lobos against
Hey,
me.
it sounds fun. I mean, Nick Nash a couple weeks ago at San Jose State game. Nick Nash, who went like in the season, I think he was an All-American. Like he had a ridiculous amount of catches and yards, and he was at the game. And somebody over here just told me, "Oh, Mountain West connection." That's another great article that's probably going to come out here. Somebody over here was telling me that Hank Basket was at the game. Like you never know who you're going to see there. So yeah, it'll be a fun trip if people want to go. And I'll be there to help cover it. And yeah, hoping the Lobos the best. Hope they get 6 wins so they
Six
can be bowl eligible. I mean, that'll
that's
be some
cool.
cool thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Appreciate you. You want to plug anything real quick?
Sure, yeah. Couch Potato Sports coverage. You'll find me, Daniel Zuniga, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. The guy taking pictures for the UNM game today was Joe Gramando with Action Sports Photography 505. And yeah, just please, for the love of God, read my article when it comes out. I need to feed my family. I need to pay
Guys, hey,
rent.
dude,
So
you got my dream job, man. Like
oh, thank you. No, it's a lot of fun.
I-
It didn't come overnight though, I'll tell you that. So
hard
um
work, just hard
yeah,
work and grinding, kids.
yeah. Read my league winner articles. My damn it. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Read my article on the league winners, please. I need to pay rent.
He needs to pay rent. He has a family to feed.
That's right.
Um, and so yeah, we'll see you guys. Appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you
Thanks.
so much. Catch you later.
See ya.